This is a very simple recipe. It's a quick, easy go-to that you can make in almost no time, and you can use whatever you have in your fridge. I have 400 grams of type 00 bread flour. And then for that, I need 250 milliliter of lukewarm water, 63% hydration. I'm gonna give that a tiny bit of honey, like a teaspoon of honey, 8 grams of dry yeast. And we mix that up. And the honey is just, it will not make the dough sweet at all, but it will help the yeast to bloom. And that's what I wanted to do. That looks good. Set that aside. And then I'm gonna take a bigger bowl, add my 400 grams of flour. And then we're going in with some other dry ingredients. I have 10 grams of salt, which is the same as 2.5% of your flour weight. That goes in. 2 tablespoons of dried basil just to ramp up the flavors a little bit in the dough. And I'm gonna give it a tiny bit of garlic powder just to make it a little bit better. As I said, the kids are gonna love this. We mix all the dry ingredients. And when your yeast looks like this, a nice cafe latte, then it's good to go. If it doesn't do that, throw it out and start over, because then the yeast is dead. So that goes in. Leave the spoon in there. Then we're gonna give it 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 2, 3, doesn't matter. But it gives a good crust on the buns when we're finished. And with a simple spoon, we just mix this up until the flour starts hydrating and it forms a nice dough ball. It'll take a couple of minutes. Since this is not high hydration, we might change and just use our hands in a bit, but that's what it is. Yeah, it's not high hydration, so we can go in with our hands. And we're not gonna need it really, we just want it to be cohesive and everything absorb. That's all we need for now. Ooh, that was a nice touch with the garlic powder, that smells nice. Good idea, just to add a little bit extra flavor to our Pizza Snails. And when it looks nice, cohesive, still sticky, we leave it in the bottom, just like that. We cover it up, and then we let it double in size. That will take probably half an hour, 40 minutes, depending on the temperature in your kitchen. 40 minutes in, and our dough is nice and double.
Is it aromatic?
It smells a lot of garlic, actually.
You put a lot again. I can see that.
Yeah. But that's okay. But I don't want all of it because I made enough for, let's say, 2 oven pots. So I want it in half. But first, I want to give it a little bit of flour on top because it is a little bit sticky. And I want to flour my working surface here because I don't want it to stick. I'll never get it off again, and that's not good. So there we go. And I'm simply gonna half it with my bench cutter. Just like that. Have a nice piece here in the middle. And then I'm gonna give it a little bit of flour over the top here. And I'm gonna try my new gadget. First time ever. It's very smart. It comes with these little discs, so you can determine. Now I have a 3mm disc in, 1/8 of an inch. And then you have different discs that you can put at the end. I'm not sponsored in any way, but I think it's kind of a clever little gadget. So
And it looks beautiful and colorful.
it does.
Yeah.
So basically, we are simply going to roll this out into a rectangle. And if anything sticks, give it a little bit of flour. That's it. Maybe I want to make this a little bit thinner. I'm not sure about that. But I want to make it just a little bit more rectangular. So let me get this off. Maybe it's not as smart as I thought it was. Sometimes things you see on YouTube, they're not as smart as they seem to be. No, but because I want this to be more rectangular in shape. So we get a nice roll. A good old rolling pin, that always beats. Oh, I wasted my money on that. I'm not saying it doesn't have merit in some other application, but for this, because you want some kind of nice rectangle here, as much as you can. This is not one of my prime things that I'm really good at. Now, this is pretty simple. Marinara sauce, had it in the freezer from previous even episode, I think it was. Can't remember which one. Give it a couple of spoons of this, but don't put too much because when you're making pizza rolls, it cannot be too saucy because then it becomes they become soggy, and that's not nice. Barbecue brush, that's the way to go, but don't go all the way to the edges because you want to leave some space so we can seal the dough when we roll it up.
Just that little.
Yeah, but if you put too much, then it becomes...
Start dripping out.
Yeah, but it becomes soggy. You don't want the bread rolls to be soggy. I can already smell this will be something like cheese bread marrying pizza. It's gonna be good. That's about it. Now I'm using some smoked turkey. It could be ham, could be pepperoni, whatever you have at hand. This was what I had in the fridge, as I said. But again here, don't spread too much. You want some in every bite, but you want it to become like bread rolls when you're finished with this. So. And you thought it was too little, huh? You see, it was perfect. Told you so. Then I had a red bell pepper. Could be green, could be something else. Again, just empty your fridge. But you see, this is an easy recipe because the dough is just one rice and that's it. No poolies from the day before, no bulk ferment or cold ferment, no, nothing like that. Like when we're doing Neapolitan pizza or stuff like that. Actually, link down below how to do that because we have some pretty good pizza recipes down there. That looks good. Cheese, grated cheese. Here I'm using pecorino today. It could be mozzarella, it could be Gruyere, whatever you have. I like pecorino because it has a little bit of a salty kick to it that I think matches nicely with these and it becomes like cheesy bread rolls. But don't buy the packaged grated because it has all these anti-caking agents inside. Buy a chunk of cheese and grate it yourself. It takes 2 minutes. It's not a big deal. I think that's about it. And then it's about rolling it up. Try to keep it snug, but make sure that you don't poke through the dough. And then at the end here, when you fold it up, what you want to make sure is that you pinch this really, really good. And then you can shape your log, make it longer, but make sure that you pinch this connection really good so they don't open after we cut them. Now this one, I'm going to transfer to my baking sheet and put it in the fridge for probably half an hour to cool down because it's very difficult to cut it as it is right now. So we will put it in the fridge and then I'll show you how we cut it so it becomes good. Here we have them out of the fridge, a little bit chilly, so they're looking good. Number 2, I didn't think I had to show you how to roll that up because it was exactly the same. Apart from the fact that we used chopped up homemade Texas hot links in that one. Fantastic sausages.
The best, actually.
So, onto our board here. I want a little bit of flour. I don't want anything to stick. And then with a serrated knife, because otherwise it will just be flattened out totally. And as you can see, the ends here, they're not totally filled out. So to make them pretty, we start from the middle. And we cut it down. And then we make them a couple of fingers like this. And there we sit them down like this. No need for second proofing or rice or anything like that. Now it's just carefully cutting them and setting them down here with a bit of space. You don't want them to stick together. You want them, allow them to puff up when they bake and become nice and slightly golden on the outside. They won't be really super brown, but they will be nice. As I said, you want to give them a little bit of space. To finish them off, you could do this with salted butter, but I'm going in with salted olive oil. And yes, that is a thing, and you should try it. You don't want to give them too much, but you want to just give them a little bit of this on the sides just to make them extra crispy and extra nice. Salt doesn't dissolve very easy in olive oil, but you just have to insist when you stir it. Works perfectly. That looks nice. And now preheated oven, middle rack, 200 degrees. 25, 30 minutes. Look at them. Almost half an hour, and they are looking pretty, and it smells amazing in here. I mean, it smells really, really
attest to
good.
that.
It's really good. But let me show you, and you will see what I mean. If they are not pretty, but you see, when you don't pinch the dough correctly, then they open. But you see the rest of them, they are perfect little snails. They need to cool down quite a lot before we can take them out of there. So now we have to endure the torture of waiting the next 15, 20 minutes for them to cool down. You saw the thumbnail, and they are pretty, super pretty, and I'm really happy with the result. But of course, everything is in the taste. So let me grab one of these and give it a try. Lunchbox, kid, 0 to hero. I told you. This is amazing. It is like garlic bread meets pizza in the most fantastic way. You have to make this. Your kids, they're gonna love you. It's gonna be the best lunchbox. Probably somebody will beat them up to steal them, but then they have to learn to defend themselves. Have a good one.